Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or also this podcast being named Your Fave Baddie Talks about Sensuality and Sexuality. But I know this video might not be what everyone's gonna like to hear, but it is something that I've been thinking about most of my life, and yeah, I think it's just time to talk about it and open up about it a bit. And what I want to talk about is black women still being infatuated and addicted to white women's hair and hairstyles. Now, I know for me it's different because I was raised differently and I was raised with locks. So I do understand that certain struggles that black women have faced, I have not had to deal with them. And also I'm mixed race, so I did not have to deal with certain things, and my hair texture is completely different. But because I was raised with locks, I've always been very much seen as a black woman, and even being born and raised in Germany, I never got treated like I was actually German, even though I do have some German blood. Right. Cool. So let's get that out of the way. I'm not doing this because I want to get at anyone, but I want to do this because it's something I've been aware of all my life, and it's kind of a bit weird how this is still a thing. And the reason I'm kind of like getting into this so rapidly is because yesterday I watched a podcast episode, which it's from the podcast Pressed on BBC, and it's a UK edition, and the guest was India from Love Island. And I personally didn't watch all of Love Island, but I like the vibe she's giving, and I like the couple vibes they're giving as well. So kind of everything like she's doing, I'm checking a bit out what's going on and stuff. And I know she's obviously into hair and stuff like that. But what really sticked out to me personally in the first, I don't know, few minutes of the podcast was the infatuation that the presenters had with India rocking her hair and kind of rocking her natural hair, which is actually relaxed hair. So it's not actually curly hair or anything. It's not in her natural state. It's just relaxed hair. And yeah, they were kind of really talking about and getting into it. And as I said, I do not understand the struggle. So I'm not here to, be a pick me or whatever people are going to say. But I just don't understand why black women are still so addicted to wigs, white hairstyles, all that stuff. I do not get it. And for me personally, it saddens me because we're in 2022 and there's no way that black women are still only talking about how to rock your natural hair in the sun, when it's not even I don't understand, guys. I just don't understand it. I don't know if it's just me, but I wanted to read a comment as well that people have put under the videos, because it wasn't just me that was thinking like that. So the first comment that sticked out to me personally was, "It's funny how relaxed hair is now considered natural." A few people liked that comment, including me, because it's I know a few years back, a lot of black women had the struggle of having relaxed hair and then actually going on a natural hair journey. And I love to see that, because obviously you're embracing a different side to you. And I have a lot of friends that actually get their hair relaxed now and again, because it's just easier and it's more handy. And I get that. And I have nothing against it. Do you know what I'm saying? But just to make it such a big thing, because every time I see India on an interview talking about her hair, the presenters in every single show, when they're black, they're always infatuated with her, being able to rock her natural hair and being able to do it so well. And how did you do it? Oh my God, you really made it work. You really rocked for us black girls. And for me, it's kind of low key, y'all are still diminishing and talking down on your blackness and on your black hair, because it's not like she rocked up in there with curly hair or afro. And this is not to go again against anyone and dissing them, because I know how the UK is. I might get cancelled for this shit. I don't think so, but you know what I'm saying? There's nothing against anyone, but I just feel there's so much power in our hair. There's so much value in our hair as black women, and y'all should experience that, and y'all should also go into that a bit more, because I'm in the industry, in the entertainment industry, right? Where it's literally modeling, dancing, performing, entertaining, presenting, all these things, acting. And you don't see many girls. I hardly know girls my age with locks, right? That have been raised with locks and actually know the importance of it, or that have a different meaning towards their locks. I know a lot of people that cut off their locks and that are now going on their self-development journey and whatnot. and claiming that it's helping them. But I feel like there's still a lot of self-hatred within Black women, and that is not just with our hair, that is generally with our bodies, with our style, especially when we were raised in the westernized societies and country. And it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to think about it. It's getting to me. Like, watching stuff like that and being like, how they're so happy how she made it work with her natural hair, which is actually relaxed, which is actually not her natural hair. Because why is infatuation so big? Why has no one ever said, you know what, why didn't you just rock up with your, you know what I'm saying, your fro or whatever, and have different hairstyles and have different protective hairstyles? Or why didn't you get braids and get that done there? There's so many different things people can do. And I think, okay, this is seen from my perspective, so I know I might have to do this topic again with someone that can actually educate me on having a different texture of hair and living with that, and obviously, yeah, having me educated on that. But again, I'm just saying, Black women, no matter what shade, no matter where you're from, no matter where you live, you should also, especially when you're in the limelight, right? In the limelight and towards white people and towards the Western society, you should also make an effort sometimes to show your Blackness and to be proud of it, and just to show our natural state. Because at the end of the day, we have been programmed to not love certain features and certain things about ourselves, and to kind of believe that certain things are harder to do and all that stuff. If that makes sense, I hope it makes sense to you guys. Another comment that I want to go into was, the wigs conversation is mad. We've just become so accustomed to wigs that the Black community is shocked with India wearing her natural hair on Love Island. It's literally not a big deal. I only wear my natural hair too, because who even has time for wigs? ? Can we move away from wigs a little, please? Not only is it damaging for your hair and edges, but the whole lace thing, everything just looks unnatural, just my opinion. And there's obviously different people like responding to it. I'm going to read some other responses to you as well. Literally, it's one thing to have wigs that look good, but the fact I've seen some absolutely horrendous old scruffy looking wigs on some Black women, and they actually think it looks better than our natural hair, or even bald, really offends me. So people actually feel the same way. If it's like, you can never rock your natural hair, it's a bit like, why you gotta offend the beauty of a Black woman so much? Like, why'd you have to do that? Like, why would you do that? Someone also said, I've literally been talked down on wearing my natural hair. It's so pathetic. I'm told that I don't look fancy and I should be more dressed up. Why is the hair that grows on my head not deemed high enough to wear to events? This is something that I've experienced my entire life. Because as I said, I was born and raised, raised with locks, raised as a Rasta. And I take pride in having my locks, because a lot of people have asked me before, like, are you ever going to cut your locks when you get married? Are you going to cut them? This, that. I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? Because personally, I love my locks. And I know I had a phase when I was about 16 where I was like, I would like to see what my curly hair is like. But I also knew that if I cut my hair, I'm going to probably want it back after like a week maximum. Because I do not want to wear wigs. I do not want to have a normal fro and curls. Like whatever my hair texture would be, like that curly mixed race type of hair. I wouldn't want to have that. I wouldn't want to wear wigs. I wouldn't want to wear braids. I wouldn't want to wear other hairstyles. I wouldn't want to wear it personally, because I love my locks and they make me me, you feel me? And they make me individual. Like they're just my locks. It's like, yeah, I just don't know, you feel me? So all my life I've experienced not getting jobs, not being invited, not being able to get booked as for certain things because of my hair. So it's not like a thing that I'm saying to you guys it's easy to embrace your natural hair. I'm saying I've also been through it, and I truly believe that because I'm a mixed race woman that has locks, long locks, my experience of life has been a lot different to a lot of other mixed race women. Because often, people talk down on mixed race opinions or experiences when they have like normal curly hair and stuff like that, or even like very like smooth hair, whatever people want to call it. And for me, it's like I can't even connect to them, because my experience of life with locks has been more like that of a Black woman. Like, yes, my skin color is lighter, but when it comes to my hair, you know what I'm saying, I never had a choice to switch it up. as I said, I could have cut it, yes, but I do not want to. But I'm just saying, I never had a choice to put on wigs. I never had a choice to get my hair relaxed. I never had a choice to get my hair straightened. I never had a choice to hide it. So I had to actually deal with this in my reality my entire life. And I'm now at the age of 26. So it's like, I'm not telling you guys to do something that I haven't dealt with all my life. And I'm telling you guys, it's not as easy as people think it is, because a lot of times you will not be seen in certain circles, in certain industries for certain things, because simply you're different, right? And I'm used to it. Literally, I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of jobs I haven't gotten. There was a time when in school, everyone wanted a part-time job, and all of my friends kind of applied for it, and the whole classroom basically applied for it, and nearly all the people got the jobs. Everyone that applied got the job. I applied, I never heard back from them. I had interviews at places where I was well equipped to get the job, and I didn't get the jobs. I had some hospitality company that I went to for an interview, and I got in there, and I remember this is in London, right? So I remember going there, and there was like this screen thing where they said what people they don't accept. So they didn't accept certain type of clothes, and they also had a slide where it said we don't accept dreadlocks. So obviously I've sent a picture there before, and I was like, okay, like, is this actually like this information that you're putting on that screen, is that up to date? And they said, yeah, like, with your hairstyle, we can't really accept you. And I was like, why is that? Because this is hospitality work. I'm going to have it up in a bun, same way everyone else has their hair up in a bun, whether it's straight, relaxed, or curly hair. And they said, yeah, but still certain hotels that we would send you to would still not accept you. And this was literally a few years ago. This is probably like around 2017, 18. And at that moment, I realized that, wow, it's not just Germany that's making me feel like this. It's actually all over the world. And I'm just going to have to live with that. That is another reason why I got pushed so much into my passion, which is dancing. Led me more into acting, led me more into modeling. And, you know, I've had amazing gigs and stuff like that. But I also know that a lot of bookings I haven't gotten because of my hair, because of my look. I even had an amazing commercial shoot with a quite big brand that got aired, and then the same producer and same director, I seen them at a next casting again, and again they loved me, and I actually got a call after the casting asking me if I can switch up my hair to look more like a Latina, if I would be willing to cut it. This is for a commercial, guys. This is not like, we're not talking like a movie or something, like a Hollywood thing. We're talking about a normal commercial where you're getting a few bags and a payout, and you're probably in there for a few seconds, and they're asking me if I'm willing to cut my hair. For me, that is just showing how crazy this world is and how many opportunities I know I've never gotten. And even when I went to acting school, I already had that in my head, like, I'm never going to cut my locks. Personally, you can do what you want to do with your hair, but I'm not gonna fit into society's standards just to get a fucking job and get a bag, because there's so many other bags I can make. I don't need to fit in, and I don't want to fit in because I never fitted in before. So again, if black women are watching this and they feel like, oh, you can't tell us what to do with our hair. No, I can't tell you what to do, but I can inspire you and encourage you to be yourself and be more natural and fall in love with that and handle life that way. Because you don't always have to have an excuse, and you don't always have to have a way out of something that is actually truly beautiful and truly you. So with this being said, this goes like to all the women that feel like they can't rock their natural hair because of what they do, where they work, what people they're around, or what men they're seeing. If someone can't take you in your natural state, and you're even thinking about all these people and all these things, it shows that you're still lacking self-acceptance and self-love. And it's very clear. And we all have areas to work on. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, not at all. I'm constantly working on myself because I like self-improvement. And it's a journey, and it's a process that's going to continue for your entire life. But, you know what I'm saying? You can't let people shift you and put you into a box. Like, I don't know. You need to be able to deal with reality in a way. And this kind of also leads me into the topic of women having to spend It's something that's currently going viral all the time, but women wanting to spend money to maintain themselves and their beauty. To me, that's ridiculous. You're in your 20s and you do not feel pretty or beautiful without your lashes, without your nails, without your lip fillers, without makeup, without your hair done. What is wrong with you guys? You guys are really making this a trend that it is normal to go out only when you're done up and dolled up, and that's the only time you're confident and you love yourself and you accept things and you're outgoing and you talk to men and you go on dates and you live life. And when you don't have your lashes done, we don't have your nails done, we don't have your hair done, you stay at home and hide from the world. That is insane. And it still shows how much self-hatred we have to overcome as people. I'm not saying this to attack people. I'm just saying it to make you guys aware, because these are things I consistently think about for years, but I never really talk about it because I know how some people gonna, react to it. But it is real. It is real, and it's something we need to work on as people. Do you know what I'm saying? I sometimes, I had a phase shortly before, a few months ago. I'm literally telling you guys, a few months ago, I was so addicted to wearing lashes, right? Strip lashes. If I wasn't wearing lashes, I didn't want to make content. I didn't really want to go out. I wouldn't go to a party or an event without lashes. I wouldn't do it. I simply can't do it. I was literally I can't do it. I don't feel nice. I don't feel beautiful. And I have to shout out my country, Jamaica, at all times, because Jamaica has given me so many things multiple times in my life where I always continuously grow. For example, the first time, I'm going to get back to the story with the lashes in a second, but the first time was a few years ago. I think it was 2018 or 2017, one of these years. I went to Jamaica, and before I was always wearing makeup, right? In London, I was always wearing makeup. I didn't wear much makeup because I never been a makeup girl. I just can't deal with it. I don't have the patience. I don't have the skills that you lot have. I do not have it. I shout out and salute you guys that can actually do makeup, because I do love a nice beat. You know what I'm saying? A nice beat on my face. But anyways, I went to Jamaica. There, I stopped wearing makeup. And I also never had many skin problems. So again, I'm not saying this from a perspective to bash anyone or talk down on anyone. No, I'm just talking my experience. Anyways, I went to Jamaica. In Jamaica, I wasn't wearing makeup because I was sweating and my color was changing. So yeah, wasn't wearing makeup. And that was the last time I wore makeup by myself, for myself, or I applied makeup myself, whatever. After that time, I went to Jamaica, which, as I said, 2017 or 2017 or 2018. When I came back to London, since then, I have never worn makeup again. No eyeshadow, no nothing. The only time I had it was when I had a makeup artist for an event or my birthday or something, or at a video shoot. But at home, I do not own any makeup, any foundation, any concealer, any powder. I do not own it. I threw it away. I would only wear mascara, and I would start to brush my eyebrows. So that's the first shout out to my country, Jamaica. That makes me always feel more in tune with self. The second time, as I said, oh my God, let's get back to the other story, right? The other story about the lashes. A few months ago, I was actually addicted to wearing lashes. About a year ago, I started having problems with my eyelids anytime I wore lashes. I had to source out a vegan glue, stuff like that. And still, I would get kind of a little irritation on my eyelids. So I kind of had to, start thinking about life. Anyway, 2 months ago, I went to Jamaica. I had eyelash extensions, and I came back to London. And I said to myself, I need to start falling in love again with my natural eyes, with my natural lashes, with my natural lash shape, because why am I so addicted to lashes, to big lashes, to fake lashes? Why am I so addicted to it? It's a cool thing because that's literally the only thing I wear. I pop on makeup, lip gloss, put on my lashes and brush my eyebrows and go on in it and look nice. But it's not always a good thing. You understand? You have to also accept the fact that you are beautiful without anything, without spending any money on anything, without having to get anything done. You are beauty in itself. You are a queen, a goddess, the empress, whatever you guys call yourselves, but you are so much more than all these things that society is pressing into our brains consistently. Because even like in the 90s, the models in the music videos, they didn't wear fake lashes. So why do I have to do it now? You feel me? Like, why do I have to do it now? I remember when I stopped wearing makeup and people were like, you're not wearing makeup on set? Like, what's going on? Da, da, da. And I was like, I'm not wearing it because, respectfully, we don't need it. And when I say I don't need it, I mean we don't need it. We are in our 20s, we are in our 30s, whatever age you're in, you do not need makeup. What is going on? You're literally fucking up your whole skin, especially if you do not know how to take care of your skin afterwards and you don't exfoliate and do all these things. Shout out again to the makeup artists that do know how to actually have skincare properly and tell their customers and tell their clients. But again, don't be so obsessed with what society makes out of beauty, because it changes all the time. It changes all the time. You guys are acting like we didn't go from skinny girls being the best girls to thick girl being the best girl to now fake body girl being the best girl, and now it's coming back to slowly natural girls being the best girls. You know what I'm saying? Things change and things come back. It's all going in cycles. Do not be so obsessed with the beauty standards of this world. Yes, it is amazing that Black women are more, involved in the beauty industry. I love that. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have more of a say. We are more of an inspiration. We are more of a source, because we've always been the source, but we can own it more now. But that doesn't mean you should just forget about your natural beauty and just be like, oh my God, I need to get my nails done, my hair done, my lashes done, my lips done, like my fucking body done to be someone. You are perfect in the way you was made. I do not care if you believe in God or you don't believe in God. I do. And God made you this way perfectly just fine. But we seem to lack that understanding and that vision when we consistently block ourselves with these westernized beauty standards and the whole fuckery that's going on. That's really it. This is not even a big discussion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just facts. We have to simply find time, find love, find understanding and healing and loving ourselves. Again, for all the things I'm saying, I'm not just saying them to you guys, I'm saying them to myself as well, because there's always something that may be in our subconscious, that may be in the back of our head, because someone has said something at some point in our life, or you've seen a post, or you've seen how this person was made to feel, or how this person got treated because they looked like that and they looked like this and they wore that. Well, that person is not you. It doesn't mean just because someone looks that way, that's because they get treated, that's the way they're getting treated, if that makes sense. And even with the whole beauty thing, a lot of beauty also brings a lot of struggle and pain that people do not talk about. I could talk about this in another video maybe, but the beauty or the struggle of being a beautiful young woman is a whole nother ball game. So I can only imagine what the life is like of a lot of you women that actually stick to those beauty standards, like with makeup, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, and looking like the total package. I can only imagine what kind of guys you come across, because keeping it real with you guys, yeah. I know that I'm not getting approached by certain men because of the way I look. And I realized this around the age of 20, I would say, like properly in London. I was like, okay, I know certain guys are not approaching me because of the way I look. Yeah. And it's all over the world like that, because not every man will deal with a woman like me. And that's completely fine. They might not be into the whole locks and natural flex and not having her nails done. Even like one time I was with a guy and he was like, you're the only girl that I can actually chill with and hang with and I think is cool without having her nails done. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I love when girls have like long nails and get their nails done and shit. Like, I'm obsessed with it. That makes a woman. But with you don't need that. You're naturally just beautiful in a woman. And me hearing that, obviously it was a compliment and it felt amazing to hear that. But also I was a bit shocked, because I was like, yo, this is really what men are thinking as well. Like, that is the dilemma that some girls are in. that you're trying to keep up with getting male attention, and you're trying to keep up with all these bills for the maintenance that you're paying. You're trying to keep up with a life you can't maintain. You're trying to keep up with something that doesn't fulfill your spirit or soul. And I talked to him about it. I was like, what do you mean? Like, he was like, yeah, like, I'm not into it. Like, most girls' hands are weird. And guys, you know what it is? It's actually you subconsciously feeling ugly and making your hands look weird and clenching them and doing all that stuff that probably men notice. People notice body language. You need to remember that. People notice body language. So if you don't have your nails done and you're around a guy and you're constantly hiding your hands and having it weird, and maybe your natural nails actually do look quite fucked up because you don't take care of them, that is unattractive to a man. That's unattractive to anyone, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because women don't even like when nails, like, when men, like, bite on their nails and stuff like that. So you have to start thinking about naturally embracing your beauty, because once you do that, you will first of all be more at peace with yourself, but you will also see that you don't need to do all this maintenance work on yourself. Because what the fuck is maintenance work? Why the fuck do you have 1.5 like 1.5k in maintenance on yourself as a young woman? Like, what are you talking about? That shit is ridiculous and insane, and a lot of you guys are not realizing it. And a lot of you guys are not realizing how much influence you have on the next generation. It's sad. It's saddening. Get it together. Get a fucking grip. We're not 16 anymore where you have to, you know what I'm saying, where you're going through puberty not knowing what the fuck is going on in your life. Like, no, you should have started figuring stuff out by the time you at least get to, like, I'm gonna be nice and say 23. That's when you start, you know, really becoming a woman. I personally feel like 23, 24, and then 25 and up. So like what have you guys been fucking eating, doing, reading, listening to? I feel like a lot of people just do not pay attention to, like, what you guys consume for your mind and your brain, and it's just tragic. It's just very tragic. So I just want to inspire and encourage women and men to fall more in love with their natural selves and with the black beauty, with the black hair, with the black body, with the black features that people have, and embrace it, and stop waiting for someone to embrace it before you. Because even now, when I look at most influencers online, you all look the same, and it's like someone that looks different doesn't even get a fucking chance. I know what I'm talking about. My whole life I've been in this situation of not getting a chance at certain things because I look the way I look. But then when people hear me talk, they understand I'm a lot deeper than, you know what I'm saying? I have a lot more sense. I bring a lot more to the table. Like, it's just real. Like, not everything has to do with your exterior, guys. Make sure you're alright mentally, spiritually, physically, psychologically, like, and it will make more sense. But that was this video. If you was listening online, thank you for tuning in to your fave baddie talks, or your girl Naomi MT. I do hope you enjoyed this topic, and I'll see you guys in the next video, or I'll hear you guys in the next episode.